I wanted to show our knees. That's why. Well, it's because our outfits, like, we're kind of tea. We're matching. You guys are
On our unofficial set of our new podcast that we're starting.
Yes.
There's not a name yet.
We're nameless.
We are,
Mm-hmm.
but we are called.
Yes, we are, definitely.
With the purpose and a plan to be in this oversaturated industry. Kat, tell them what you do.
First of all, my name is Katoya Johnson, but I go by King Kat, Kat for short. I am a professional cosmetologist. I work in the, celebrity world, both sports, entertainment, and yeah, that's what I do. And I've just recently started doing photography. Really excited about that. And yeah.
I'm Victoria. I'm a wardrobe stylist. It's been a long journey. It's been 7 long years. 7 is the number of completion. I feel like I'm just getting started.
Period.
I really do. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm so grateful that me and you are cross path. Our paths crossed.
Yeah.
Because you have been nothing but a blessing. You've been encouraging me. The fact that we're even here right now doing this.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
Do you know how many emails I get girls telling me they want to get in the industry? And I'm like, don't do it.
Don't do it. Save yourself.
But then I feel bad because I meet people like you that are just as hungry as I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, if we've done it, then we can definitely reach out to the young girl and pull them in.
Absolutely. Which I think is the whole point of why we both wanted to come together and do this, so that we can, this is like going to be your one-on-one class. These are going to be the things that they don't tell you before you get into the industry. So buckle up, Buttercup.
No, facts. We're going to show you how to set boundaries.
Yeah.
How to, go and approach photographers, how to create a test shoot. Mm-hmm. Me and Kat recently did a test shoot and it was featured in a magazine.
Yeah, it was.
So, this is going to be a very helpful tools that I didn't have coming up.
Yeah, these are tools that have been specifically curated because I feel like major thing that we have in common is that we're fairly new to the industry and that we've had accelerated success
very fast.
Yes. So I think we're qualified to say a couple things, like at least 2.
Did you touch base and said that you do hair and makeup?
I do.
She's a combo.
I am a combo. I'm what you would call a combo.
And I mean, not only that, she's also has a high key influence on hair. No, I swear. She always she tries to downplay it.
I have 3 followers.
No, she has a video. She's that girl literally for hair and for makeup. Okay.
Girl, let's talk about you. She's the one. She has magazine covers. I mean, literally global. You did the Super Bowl last year. Come on.
This girl has been on tour too.
And you have too.
Yeah, I have been on tour.
You've been on plenty tours.
I've done 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, she's a professional.
No, but there's so many, and I think what's really good about this is coming in as a stylist, coming in as a student. I didn't know exactly how many areas there were to navigate in this business.
I didn't know what I was doing when I was on tour. I literally came in and learned everything as I was going. Okay. And it was not without cost.
You don't have to just be an editorial stylist.
Yeah.
You can be a wardrobe. You can be a costumer. You can do TV and
you
film.
Can be a personal.
100%. There is just so many lanes in fashion. You can do it all if you want.
Honestly, I know a stylist who wanted to be a stylist, and he would just hit up a local around the way girls who were really into modeling and wanted to be models. He bought himself a camera. He started taking pictures of him styling girls in the clothes, and that's how he became a celebrity stylist. So you really can pave your own path. You just have to trust your own vision. I feel like Instagram kind of makes it seem like you have to be a certain way to get a certain result, and that's just not the case. To circle back to talk about how we got started, I got started 5 years ago last month, January. It's officially 2026. Happy New Year. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, got started. I really kind of set the tone for my career in cosmetology school by just consistently saying that I wanted to be a celebrity this, a celebrity that. And that's pretty much how I would say I manifested it. Clearly, it was in the cards. And what about you?
So I did not start in fashion. My background is in healthcare, and my family in the beginning, they were not in favor of me pursuing anything fashion.
Yeah.
They're by the books. You go to school, you get a degree, you get a job, you get a this, you get a that. No. My parents, they're very much book smart. They're straight to the books. You go to school, you go to college, you get a degree, you do all the above. And I was the complete black sheep in my family. And it was hard. I dropped out of school. I wanted to pursue fashion.
What were you going to school for?
I was going to school for communications with my background, for PR. So I had caught myself getting an internship.
Wait, that's kind of ironic because you're really great at communicating, and still to this day, you do engage in PR.
Yeah.
So it's actually somewhat full circle.
It is full circle. And I'm happy that you said that. Every step that we take in life is for a reason, for a purpose. Every job, no matter how big or how small, there's a purpose. My first fashion gig was working at Nordstrom's in a lingerie department. I would look at that in disgust, but had no idea that till this day, I would need to measure people out. I would need to be able to, speak to them in a way where they feel safe.
That's crazy because I too was a Nordstrom lingerie employee.
Nordstrom, this is not a shout out for you.
Oh,
this is definitely not a shout out for you. Because you know what? I had even had an opportunity to go to Beverly Hills. I was working in Orange County. I got an opportunity to be promoted, but my manager denied it. She said, "You haven't mastered your own department. What makes you think you can master the next field? And what makes you feel confident that I'm going to let you go?"
Wow.
So I quit.
Period. As you should have.
I quit.
Because who was she talking to?
I don't know.
Right.
But I quit.
Right.
And it got harder. But I'm so grateful that I quit, because it's just like, girl, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what would be your pros and cons? Just a couple of them. What would be the things that you struggle with, and then the things that you look forward to in your career?
Okay, so definitely a pro is continuing to pursue my career. Hitting 7 years is like an achievement for me. Being able to do and participate within 2 Super Bowls and having a magazine cover and now growing my own clientele, that's a real big applause for myself.
Congratulations.
There were so many times where I wanted to quit.
Yeah.
I feel like a con, comparison. A big con is, for me, is I was like, how is so-and-so doing so much more than me?
Yeah.
They don't even have formal training.
Yeah.
You don't even go here.
Oh, you don't even go here is so real.
No.
Because how did you even get here?
And in my industry, no shade, there's a bunch of street stylists that are just popular, and they just do everything, but they have no formal training. So for me, that is a con, because why am I comparing myself to you? Because what you're doing is no business is what I got going on.
Yeah.
So just comparison is a thief of joy. That is real.
Yeah.
You don't need a comparison.
No.
You don't need to compare. You don't compare apples and oranges. Your journey is your journey.
Yeah.
You stay true to you. Sometimes you got to take a longer route and be okay with that.
Well, the greater the building, the longer it takes to build a foundation. So keep that in mind as well.
The foundation.
Yeah.
Full circle. Why we're talking about the foundation of what it takes to be in this industry, but have a lasting career, building relationships.
Right.
Relationship building is really important.
So for me, the pros, I'll start with the cons. The cons, I feel like, will be the moments of uncertainty.
Ooh.
And because I'm just going to keep it to 2. So the moments of uncertainty, and then also to the projections or the gatekeeping. So
gatekeeping.
Yeah, those would be the biggest cons, because sometimes rejection is protection, but it also serves as redirection. So although it sucks. A big thing in this industry is learning how to take the no's and alchemize them into your own yeses. And I'll just leave that there. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing else to say after that.
I'll just leave that there. So with the with the pros, I would say we have very abstract schedules and experiences as being in such close proximity to the type of people that we work with. And I love that. Okay. Because that has like always been like, you know, I think I myself have just always gravitated to like a certain type of life and it just aligns. It just aligns. It like, of course I have to go to the Waldorf for work today. Like, hello, you know? So
you just carry yourself with there's just so much grace and light too, girl.
Oh my God, thank you. You too though. No. Like I feel like you're very classy, extremely classy. And like even the way, like I'll be going off and I'll be upset about something. And then like the way you pull me off the ledge about it is just like, I'm like, oh, that's grace, you know? So yeah, but yeah, that I think is just awesome. Then I would say, I want to say the people are great. They can be great, but I feel like the satisfaction that you get from knowing that it's all you know, like this is not a formula that anybody has written out. This is actually something that you have built for yourself. Of course, you need people to get there. So like I said, there are always going to be people that you have to cooperate with or people that are putting your names in rooms, you know, to Victoria's point of building connections. But essentially, they're putting your name in that room because of your energy, because who you've chosen to be.
But going about it the right way, building organically.
Yeah.
You don't have to be thirsty.
No. And honestly, sometimes.
Or aggressive.
Yeah. No. I feel like sometimes the best relationships come over time. Like I met V on a test shoot, but we really didn't get close until like a year and a half later. Mm-hmm. And I feel like sometimes those relationships are the most rewarding, you know, because it had a little time to marinate, you know, like a good steak or some good lamb.
Yes.
Girl, it's time for lunch.
It is. We'll go get some lunch.
Yeah.
No, but to your point, that is very true. We built organically.
Yeah.
We started out on a test shoot. Mm-hmm. We just did our last shoot. Our shoot was featured in a magazine. Mm-hmm. We had a mutual client. We've been able to travel together.
Yeah.
And it's just really been a blessing.
Girl, we have traveled together.
We went to Indiana.
Where else did we go?
I feel like we went somewhere else.
I feel like too, but I feel like
we just outside.
Yeah, I feel like we just work
together.
Yeah,
we work well.
We work a lot together, and we've definitely been able to curate a safe space between the two of us. So that's why we're just expanding it to you. So,
did you ever intern?
No, I've never interned.
So you went straight to school and got the ground. That's it.
Yeah, honestly, I was working at Zara at one point, and one of the girls, you know, because a lot of people, they know me for hair or they put hair on me, but really what got me experience in the industry is makeup. So I was at Zara and one of the ladies, she was coming in, she was shopping for her daughter and she just loved my makeup. Mind you, I'm 19. I don't know anything about like professional makeup. Immediately hired me and inquired to see if I can do a music video that went on to be featuring Chic shoes.
What?
Yeah, so
at 19?
At 19. And I didn't even know like that the video had been featured until like I had a friend that was working at a Chic and I was like looking at the video. I was like, I did that video.
Now, how did you go about payment?
Girl, I just told her.
Another aspect of our business is, yes, we're creative, but you have to have some type of business mindset.
Yeah, business savvy. It's important because I'm like, you come from corporate. You're very like well versed in communications and stuff like that. I can speak very well. I can, you know, articulate myself. I can even write words down. But just as far as like the whole process of paper, I hate it. Like, I don't like sending invoices. I don't. It's not that I can't do it. It's just, girl, why do I have to do, like, I did the service, give me the money. Like, that's it. Like, you know what I mean? So
was it overwhelming when you sent an invoice for this job at 19?
I didn't send an invoice.
Did they just pay you on a
Yeah,
table?
no, they paid me with the envelope with my name on it, and it was fresh doll hairs in there.
Huh?
Doll hairs, dollars.
I'm crying.
It was fresh doll hairs in there. Yeah.
Did you have to negotiate your rate, or they just already said, "Oh, this is what we're gonna pay you"?
Girl, I'm pretty sure whatever rate that I charged them was so below budget because I had no, like I said, I had no inkling of what, like, industry standard was.
Yeah, but
I
also
mean,
this was big because it's for your portfolio, and to say that this is going to be.
girl, I didn't even know I didn't even know what, like, mind you, I'm 32 now. I got my license at 27.
Oh wow!
I got my license at girl.
I started at 27.
Girl, at 19,
so you've been in it.
but like not purposefully.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, girl, I was still working at Zara after. I was like, oh, that's some extra money to get some clothes. Thank you. Like, it was like not.
You didn't realize
No,
that was the beginning.
No, I never.
That one being sought after in your store at work and being in chic would leave you traveling overseas.
No, that's actually kind of crazy. But the thing is, I think that this conversation is so important because, like I'm saying, like, had somebody sat down and like told me like, hey girl, do you know, like had a conversation with me like about the magnitude of like what I had just did, I think I would have taken it a lot more serious, a lot sooner.
Did you have a mentor?
No, this was like a side gig.
So now look at you. Now you're pouring out and you're going to be a mentor.
I am. Oh, that is
all the ones that are watching.
Full circle. Yeah, full circle.
I love that. See, I had a second life, I feel like. I didn't start until I was 27. And it was hard. And I had a mentor. I had a few of them.
You had a mentor?
I did.
What?
I did. And it was still very hard.
What did they, like, what did you gain from having those mentors?
Well, gain experience and exposure. And I feel like the jobs are the biggest lessons, like I was hands-on. I was making, first off, I worked for free for 6 months. I interned. I do believe in internships because you learn how other people work. But from there, I just gained a lot of experience. Like I got to go work on multiple projects. I got to go work on a coach campaign.
Right. She's also worked with the Kardashians.
Yes.
She's been in Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, like the works. Like
I worked with almost every A-list stylist that you can think of, and that didn't happen overnight. Because before I even got my start, I want to say I was sending out a bunch of emails, and I was being left on red. Like my first exposure to a PR was working for some B-list stylists. They had me clean out their storage.
Right.
I literally got that job on Indeed. And I was like, what is this? Like, I'm going to be broke. I can't do this. Like, if you think about it, Kat, we're in a rich sport. People that do this, that thrive, they're very wealthy. They come from money. The fact that that's not my portion, and it's like, for a very long time in my career, my parents were paying my rent. They were taking care of me. They were like, why are you bringing this upon yourself? And it was just something like, I just don't know what is on the other side if I don't go for it. And I just kept going. And, I just like working out, growing and developing that muscle. It became a habit. And it's just like, I just became so hungry for it and passionate for it. And I feel till this day, like I'm just getting started.
Because you are?
It feels like it. Like, I'm planting my feet. I'm doing my own thing now. I'm doing like a lot. I'm growing and establishing my own clients. So sometimes I just feel like, is this real? I have to pinch myself. Like, it's real?
Girl, it's real. We're here.
Girl, we are here. And, you can too if you believe in yourself and put in that work.
Yeah.
Having,
Yeah, resilience.
Yes. I think by default, we're resilient.
I feel like when you look like us, you just come with a natural resilience.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And the fact that and
that's no shade to anybody who doesn't look like us. Because, but just, as melanated beings, we just have our own set of challenges that, everyone has challenges, but our challenges
may look a little different.
Our challenges, because it's like we're like minorities of minorities according to the census. You know what I mean? It's like we're women and we're melanated at that. You know what I mean?
There will be a lot of obstacles, but Kat, the scripture that you said earlier, say it again.
Which one? What are we talking about?
If you faint not.
Do not grow weary in well doing. Yeah.
Because if you faint not, you shall reap.
Yeah.
And that goes for anything and everything, regardless of what your occupation is, what your background is.
I want to touch on what you said on our first take, because guys, this is our second take. But but she said in the first take, she said, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to latch on to everything. That's valid, because I wanted to go back to that, because it's like a lot of people grow weary in well doing because it's not something that you're supposed to be aligned with, and it's draining you. So now we're on boundaries, setting personal boundaries and setting yourself up for not only success but longevity. I feel like now we have like so much good tools, you know what I mean? For like, we have ChatGPT, we have Google, etc., etc.
You don't have to pay for a subscription, by the way.
What?
No, because I'm seeing like platforms like you got to pay and I'll teach you how to do this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm here for everybody's hustle, but that's not really mandatory. For me, if you are coming in this space, you need to have the drive.
Wait, a subscription to learn how to do?
Yeah, there's subscriptions to learn how to be a creative, a stylist. They're out there.
Yeah.
And my thing is, you can pay for that all you want, but if you don't have the discipline and the willpower, then you're just wasting your money.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for some that might work, but I feel like your biggest teacher is going to be experience, finding an intern, surrounding yourself with mentors. But, you know, also, don't be thirsty.
Yeah, you don't have to take everything.
No.
You have to know when to say no.
And don't clout chase either.
Yeah, I think when I wanted to circle back, that's like really what I was talking about, because a lot of people will take advantage of the fact that you are just so happy to be there.
Yes.
And it's like, no, like I'm happy to be alive.
Yes.
I'm not happy to be here.
Yes.
Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. That was my point.
No, those are valid points.
Yeah.
Having boundaries, not being thirsty, being confident.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest roles in both of our careers is our confidence.
Yeah, because you have to because there are times, especially when you're working one-on-one, the client is like really relying on what you have to say. When you do get those one-on-one clients, it's literally your persona that they're hiring.
Yes,
it's not,
they want to be around you.
Yeah, it's not what you actually can do. So having the confidence in being like, oh no, this looks good, this doesn't, and having like, especially when you're working with celebrities, it can be kind of like intimidating when you're just starting. And so they might ask you, what do you think about this? And not just being like, oh, well, what do I think they'll like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like actually being like, oh no, I really think this, or that doesn't look good.
Being honest.
Yes.
Having your own opinion.
Mm-hmm. Being kind as well.
Yes,
because there's a lot of mean girl.
Being personable.
Energy.
No, we're not going to even touch on that.
No, I feel like it's valid. I feel like yeah, no, it's valid, because that it can be intimidating. So having confidence even through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But also to know that you don't have to work with that person.
Yeah.
You're not here to be abused. If someone's going to mistreat you, then that should be your sign to remove yourself.
Exactly. But to a degree. Because if you're on set for like a movie and you don't like the person, then what do?
You set healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
I think it's good to be an adult. Carry yourself like one. Respect is given, but it's also earned.
Right.
So if we're having a disagreement and I just don't feel comfortable with how you're talking to me, I'm going to set you aside and just politely tell you, can you just refrain from the type of energy you're displaying upon me?
Yeah.
You know, like just
can you refrain from the energy you're displaying upon me?
People are like kids.
Yeah.
So you're being rude to me and we're on set. I'm gonna say, is everything okay?
Yes.
And I just said, I noticed your energy is a little off. I'm here to support you.
Yes.
When you reiterate if somebody's being rude to you and you just display and you just possess kindness, you're gonna check them. It's like we're playing checkers now. Chess.
Checkmate.
Exactly. Are you okay? Did you
Mhm.
eat? How can I be of service to you? I'm here to support you. They're going to be like, why are you so nice to me?
confused.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in return, they're going to be polite towards you. They're going to be like, you know what? I'm being rude. I'm being a bitch. Let me go ahead and check myself. Course correct. But also, you need to have a boundary. You don't ever let no one get too close where they feel that they can just come at you any kind of way. And I feel like sometimes,
especially as an intern,
yes, we get too comfortable. Save that. We are not friends. In real life, we're friends. On set, we're going to be professional. We're going to hold ourselves. We're not going to be ha ha kiki. We're gonna read the room before we put out any type of energy out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I be kikiing.
Yeah, you do.
Regardless,
but she reads the room.
No, yeah, I do.
She carries herself with respect, so people are not gonna come at her sideways. So I'm not telling you can't be yourself, but I'm just saying, just be aware of your surrounding. Yeah. You don't ever want to put yourself out in that position where someone's going to disrespect you or, yeah, you want to be called back for another job. Right. Or not. Yeah.
Because I'm okay, well, I guess not.
Kaat's big on what's for me is for me. Yeah. And that is true. You need to have that confidence.
I'm very I'm not a chaser.
Yeah.
I'm not a chaser at all. And that can be a good or a bad thing because sometimes I'm like, maybe I should have did a little jog for that one, but
no, I think your work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Your presence is warm. I think naturally people want to be around you.
Or they don't.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Because you'll find your community.
Yeah. What is your creative process from start to finish?
My creative process. Okay. So like creating a mood board.
So recently, I think you touched on this. We just did a test shoot together.
Yeah.
Let's go through the process from start to finish.
So first I need to be inspired by who the model is.
No, you're very big on who the model is.
I'm not going to just work with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm really particular on what I want. And so first and foremost, it's me finding, working with the photographer who's going to be the model. Once we secure a model, I kind of just I don't know, I'm not really inspired to go on Pinterest. I mean, I know the photographers will go ahead and give me like a photo and to use as a reference, but I was telling you earlier, I'm more inspired by hair because hair and, the outfits go hand in hand together. I can bring the most beautiful garments, but if the hair is flat, it's not coming to life. And at the end of the day, we're selling a story. So I feel like my biggest inspo would be movies, would be artists. That's more of where I get and draw inspiration. Just looking at different cultures, I'm able to get inspiration from that as well. But for our project, when I sent you the photos of the hair, it was from Jean Paul Gaultier, the 90s.
The 90s.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The 90s has a big influence on me. Like just thinking of movies like The Fifth Element. So my biggest advice for people that you kind of feel like, I don't want work, how can I draw inspiration? Go watch some movies. I love watching older movies. I like digging in deeper, even looking at just watching artists and music videos. Like think about it, the 90s, early 2000s, the storytelling was like at an all-time high. Like, think of June Ambrose, think of Missy Elliott, just iconic videos. Think of We Will Never Forget Dangerously in Love. They don't make it like that anymore.
Yeah.
And
they should.
But we have to get back to the storytelling, So I feel like with our shoot, I was so inspired by the 90s Jean Paul Gaultier and the hair. It was like 3 different donuts and you didn't really want to do it. And it was like orange hair. But I like the fact that you were open for it, and that's really important is when you work with teams is being with people that are going to be like-minded, but also open, because sometimes I might give an idea to Kat and she may not see the vision, but she's like, well, I'll try it. I have my ideas too. And, you got to work with someone that's going to be open to hearing others, because after all, it's a collaborative effort and everybody's views are just important as your own. So you want to make sure that, it's not my shoot. It's our shoot. I want to make sure that you feel as much seen and heard as my voice feels seen and heard, and you always make me feel seen. So I feel like once we select the model, the hair, I kind of just went, I don't know, girl. I feel like there wasn't really much of a direction outside of the hair. I feel like when I saw the hair, the little buns, the little small bangs, it kind of just made me feel like, okay, I think this is going to be epic. And I just really went out and just started sourcing a bunch of clothes. And I was like,
the clothes, if you have not seen the shoot, you really should search it, like go look at it. The clothes the pools that she selected, her selections were so beautiful, so artistic, so inspiring. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I feel like when you know, you just know. It's kind of like when you're doing your hair and you figure out what style, and then you're like, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. I want to switch it up. I feel like my process is like low key the same. Like I wasn't all in, but then when I found pieces, I just got like, oh my god,
okay,
we're going full out, and I want to play with colors. And I had even reached out to the photographer, and I was like, how do you feel about a red backdrop? Because in my head, I'm like, I have this orange outfit, and red and orange, they complement each other. So it's like, I really feel like, I said that a lot already, but storytelling, you're telling a story, and it's a bit of art direction when you start putting together shoots, especially because our team was so small. And in a typical shoot, we would have art department, we would have a creative director. We had to literally be all that in one.
We would have PAs.
We had to
PAs are personal assistant or set assistant.
Yes, no, we had to do that. And remember, even our first shoot, I was over here holding lights.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that ever again.
She was not happy. She was not happy. Okay.
But with that being said, we wear multiple hats. And I feel like, just circling back, you can get your inspiration from wherever you see fit to get inspiration from. Because I don't want to say it's just, you got to go on Pinterest or you got to do this, because I feel like if you do that, then it becomes a little copy paste.
Yeah.
And I always think about people like the Jean Paul Gaultiers. Like, think about early 90s. Before then, where do they draw their inspiration from? The Bob Mackie, Tina Turner, Prince, Queen. Come on. Like Bohemian Queen, like Rhapsody. Like that movie, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Just so much inspiration. And it's just like, inspiration is wherever you find it.
Yeah, I will say, because I think I draw my inspiration for more like, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm like huge nature girly. I love like art museums. I'm very like old classic type vibes. So I love like, I could literally just sit and look at the ocean and I'll just like feeling like so refreshed and alive. So, but I feel like those moments really pour into my creativity because I'm able to, to her point, if she sends me something and I'm not necessarily feeling like, oh, this is the direction I would personally want to go in, it gives me it almost puts me in a meditative state where I can kind of like detach from my personal ego and just be like, okay, where could this go? You know what I mean? Like being open to the possibilities. And that is where your magic is going to, that's where you learn new techniques and your boundaries, your creative boundaries are being pushed. Like those are the boundaries that you want to be pushed, because if it's not like going against your values or, because it's not like we're picking between like classy and tacky. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if it's two classy looks, but one of them you favor more, but the other one gets picked, that's something that you could be open to. You know what I mean? And like see the possibility in and like work with. So as far as like creative boundaries, I would say like it's okay to push them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay to push out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Someone had referred to me as a refined stylist. Like, I'm very refined and tailored. And I was just like, I appreciate the compliment, but I feel like there's way more to me.
Yeah, like, I'm more dynamic.
Exactly. I could step outside of my comfort. I feel like I could be pushed, outside of my comfort and do more. So I don't want to be defined. So I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. My creative process for our shoot, I think I was just, like I said, I wasn't really attached to like anything, just more so seeing what it is and just being like, okay, I'm going to set and let's see what happens. Confidence. I know that I have all the capacity to do certain things. So I don't really stress out about it, about like outcome and stuff like that. One thing I will say that will, if anybody just wants a tip for like creative process, especially if you're in like makeup and beauty, you're always a student,
Yes.
So just being able, and also being able to give credit where it's due, because I feel like a lot of times people don't want to be like, oh, if they don't do it, then it's not good, and that's not like the best way to approach it.
Your best approach is going to be the self-belief in yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
If not you, then who? So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, episode 1. So let's circle back to names, because maybe let's give our audience the opportunity to help us pick who we are. No, I'm just kidding, but to help us pick who, like, what we're gonna name ourselves. Yeah,
it'll come.
You don't wanna give any ideas. If you guys have any ideas,
let us know. And also, we want to know exactly what you want to hear too.
Yeah, what questions do you have?
I get emails all the time. People ask me to intern. So now's your time to actually, ask a question.
Like, what would you want to know? Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you see the next upload.
Yes.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.